What's happening, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing well. So I got my helper out here with me today, and today what we're doing is we're talking about one of my newest sponsors, RACERAMPS. So first off, I got to get this out of the way and say, Christina, thank you so much for trusting me and believing in me. And just know what you don't know yet. Today is the, what's the date today? Today is the 24th. Guess what? Tomorrow's gonna be the 25th. On the 26th, my car was chosen to go in Manhattan for the New York Auto Show. So that's why I wanted to do this video today for RACERAMPS, because now I gotta actually load my car onto the trailer and stuff like that. So what better time to do it? And getting chosen for the New York Auto Show at the Jacob Javits Center is like a once in a lifetime thing. So obviously my car has to be pretty damn special for that to happen. And I'm happy about the opportunity. But anyway, Christina, thank you so much again for trusting me and believing in me that I would do a good job with the sponsorship. So anyway, without further ado, these are the ramps right here. This is the RR-TR-7-FLP, okay? So the FLP is like a flip. It's like for the flip door right here for my trailer ramp. Guys, I'm gonna put up something to the side so you can actually see, like when you go to their site, there's many different options for ramps, like storage ramps, trailer ramps, and so forth. And obviously, the reason why I love this is because my car is very, very, very low profile. And as you can see what my daughter's holding right there, it's 3/4 of the ramps that I actually had to make. Let me show you real quick. This right here. This is a 2x10 and it is very heavy. I actually have a scale out here and that's a piece of it right there. Bring this over here. So I just want to show you, don't know if you could see it, it's 32 pounds right now, and that's without that extra piece. So a 32-pound ramp, imagine carrying this around to shows and stuff like that. It's a pain in the ass. And I actually had to use other pieces of wood to assist as well. So that's the reason why I'm so happy about having RACERAMPS as a sponsor, because these ramps can handle 1,500 pounds a piece and they're only 15 pounds each. Believe me when I tell you, these ramps are about 74 inches. I think it's 14 inches wide, 74 inches long, and about 6.5 to 7 inches high. Let me tell you, the reason why you want these ramps is all about the angle of approach. Angle of approach is very important, meaning the longer the ramps and the lesser the angle, the easier a low profile car can get up to the ramp and get onto the trailer, if you get what I'm saying. Guys, you don't understand how long it actually takes my wife and I to actually go up the ramps, like set it up, go up, make sure, because guess what, last year I freaking bent a splitter because we thought everything was gonna be good, and let me tell you, it wasn't. So you know what I mean, you're saving, it's time and money. Especially this car is worth a lot of money, you know what I mean. I just want to show you guys a quick little demonstration right here. It's worth a lot of money. This car has 840 horsepower at the wheels. It's not cheap by any means, so that's why you want to definitely protect your investment. And something as simple as ramps, believe me when I tell you, it's a very good investment. So anyway, guys, I'm going to put something up on the side, because what I want to show you is there is on their website, when you go to their website, there's a very, very, very awesome tool that they have to help you guys. And what that does, they also have something called a yardstick test. And what that does, when you plug in all these numbers, it'll actually show you at the end which ramp is most suitable for your application. Okay? So now what you want to do is you want to measure, the first thing you want to measure is the length of the flap from here to here. Mine is about 16 inches. Then you want to measure the entire trailer door. As I said, you're going to see it on the side where I put it up. The trailer door, mine is about 77 inches. Okay? Then you want to measure the door ground height. What that is, it's from right over under here to the ground, okay? Mine is about 12 inches, so about a foot high. And then you want to measure the thickness of the trailer door. So I estimated mine should be about 2 inches thick, okay? And I just want to pause this real quick. I want to show you something. I just got to get a stick. So I sent my daughter, you can use a stick, a broom handle, and you're pretty much going to average what you're going to get. It's very simple, but let me just run down. So when I was all said and done, my application ended up being the, I think I had a couple options, but the best option for mine was the RR-TR-7-FLP. So it's a trailer ramp with a flip door. Now guys, this flip door is optional. You don't have to have it, you could take it off, but I rather have it. It just helps with the angles, okay? And a couple things about this ramp, obviously, the maximum amount tire width is 12 inches. These ramps are 14 inches wide. The angle of approach on this is 5.5 degrees, which is actually pretty low. As I said, each ramp handles about 1,500 pounds, and together they can handle more than 3,000. They're only 15 pounds each. They're made with a high density foam, okay, with traction coating. So it's non-slip pretty much virtually on any surface. Now she has this broom handle right here. Now what they want you to do is about, come here. So what they want you to do is, they want you to measure, you stick this all the way to the wheel, okay? You stick the handle all the way to the wheel, and they want you to lift, okay? And when you lift, so about 3 feet from starting from the wheel till about 3 feet, you measure. So let's say over here is 3 feet. You measure how many inches from here to the ground. And obviously, guys, you have to do it on a flat surface. And mine's ended up being about 4 inches. Now, once you plug all of that into their calculator, you'll see a bunch of options come up. And as you see to the side of the video that I just showed you, that little screen recording on the side, guess what? Mine recommended this specific ramp right here. And I think it recommended a couple more. But as I said, for a trailer ramp, this was the best option for me. So I just wanted to show you, guys, if you're tired of freaking carrying around big bulky pieces of wood, I was that guy, believe me. I've been to, I think last year I did at least almost 10 shows. Guys, it is a freaking hassle. It's not easy carrying this shit around. It's definitely by any means necessary. Carrying around, taking it out. So now remember, I'm doing it and my wife is doing it. So we're both freaking not necessarily straining, but it's, you know, after a long day, think about it like this. I get to a show at 6 in the morning. The show doesn't start till 12. Then the show finishes at 6. When everybody clears out, then we finally get back to the trailer. Now it's 7 o'clock in the afternoon, at night. Now we got to do all of this. It'll take at least 45 minutes to set up and get the car into the truck and strap it down. We ain't leaving there by 8 o'clock at night. Then some of these shows in Jersey, we're not home till 12 at night, 1 in the morning. So believe me when I tell you guys, time and money. But anyway, guys, so now all we got to do now is drive this bad boy up, okay? So they have this indent right here. This is about a 5-inch indent. That's where the trailer door goes down, okay? Trailer door goes down, and then they have another indent right here. Now, guys, with those wooden ramps that I have right there, I would have to air up all the way and still worry if I'm gonna damage my splitter. The other day, I drove this car up these ramps without even airing up at normal ride height, and nothing happened because I actually had to take my bumper off. I was working on another project before the show. So I don't foresee any issues going up this ramp onto the trailer. So I'll see you guys in a second. Now, guys, my daughter went to get my wife so she can help me just have a better eye at getting the wheels and stuff straight onto the ramps. But I just want to let you know, Christina, it's 25 degrees right now. 25. Last week, one day it was like 70. And then I don't know what happened. Guys, if you notice, they also have extenders, but extenders do not work on this model. So guys with like definitely lower profile cars on like coils, see, I'm on bags so I can adjust my ride height. Some guys who are on coils, they can't do anything. So there's certain ramps that have extenders, and the extenders come all the way out to here. So it actually helps with the angle of approach. You know what I mean? So by the time the car gets all the way over here, they don't have to worry about damaging their splitter or their lip or whatever the case might be. And as you can see, mine, I got, like, my stuff is carbon fiber. That's the reason why I have to be so careful going up on these things. So I just wanted to put that little piece in there for you. All right, guys, so as you can see, my daughter was recording, my wife was on the trailer just checking everything, and without me airing up, there was about a finger of space where, like, when she put her finger underneath the splitter and the wood of the trailer, the finger, like her finger, just only her finger could get under there. Now, you know, I mean, her finger's smaller than mine, so not that much space. I would say it had about a little more than a centimeter of space, which is close, but I'm taking my time. But I just wanted to show that I went up using these ramps on the trailer without worrying, and at normal ride height, which means, obviously, guys, if I'm going up on the trailer, I'm gonna air it up or whatever and you go up without any worries whatsoever. But I just went up and guess what? Nothing happened. So this is a win-win. You can't get better than that. But as I said, guys, definitely like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. I'll drop a link to this ramp in the description and to RACERAMPS website. Once again, Christina, thank you so much. But guys, as I said, my car was at normal ride height. I took my time, went up the ramps with ease. And you know what? What makes it better? Having the wooden ramps, it's like I had to make it into stairs. So every time I had to go up another rung, it would like bump the car and shake it, which means there was a chance of the splitter banging into the ground, if you get what I'm saying. Every time you got to bump the car. So by this having a nice gradual slope, 5.5 degrees, it was perfect. So I didn't need to worry about my splitter hitting into the wood. And as I said, I had about a little over a centimeter of space under there, which is pretty close, but guess what? I still didn't touch or didn't rub. So that's it. Once again, definitely like, subscribe, comment. Christina, thank you so much. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take it easy.